Just for, documentation purposes, the Star Wars trailer premiered during Age of Ultron. And not only was the crowd going nuts, when they saw Lucasfilms premiered, but yeah, I cried. Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, in Age of Ultron, Tony Stark, he wants to create this sort of peacekeeping program that can be this sort of suit around the world that can help protect the civilians of Earth when the Avengers cannot. However, when he does this, he unfortunately creates this artificial intelligence named Ultron, who has his own plan for, global destruction. Marvel has done it again, you guys, because Age of Ultron is another fantastic installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you guys. I had so much fun watching this film, you guys. There is a lot to digest, but I feel like the best thing that I loved about this movie is just the action and the humor that is to be had. I mean, they play so well together because Josh Whedon is just a craftsman at this stuff. I mean, the action is so much fun. I mean, there's an action sequence between Hulk and Iron Man that is just so fantastic and nerdy and just so great. And the big huge action sequence at the end, I mean, wow, it was so much fun. But also the stakes that the Avengers are faced with actually feel real and feel dangerous, and you actually fear for all the civilians. And let's talk about Ultron here. James Spader, who voices Ultron, does a fantastic job. I mean, he is just perfect voice for artificial intelligence. But I will admit, though, I was a little surprised by the wittiness and the humorous side of Ultron. He is created by Tony Stark, so therefore it makes sense. But when you watch the trailers, it does take you back that the fact that he is cracking jokes here and there. Now, Age of Ultron was going to introduce a few new characters to the Avengers team, and those characters are Scarlet Witch, her brother Quicksilver, and Vision. And I have to say, oh my goodness, while I liked Quicksilver, but Scarlet Witch just blew me out of the water. I was so impressed with Elizabeth Olsen's not only Russian accent, I thought she did a much better job than Aaron Taylor Johnson did, but I was just impressed with her powers, how she kept herself alive. And there's a reaction shot towards the end of the movie that, man, Paul Bettany as Vision, I have a feeling throughout the rest of the cinematic universe he's going to become like a favorite of mine, because he is so good in this, so good. Without spoiling anything, Hawkeye gets a lot of development here, and it's really, really great. He also gets some of the funniest moments for me in the film. I will say, though, as fun and as entertaining as I was while watching Age of Ultron, I will admit, though, there are a few little, wears and tears with this film. The biggest one being, though, is that there are moments in this film that feel rushed and feel underdeveloped. And that's because Josh Whedon said that the first cut of this film was over 3 hours long. And I have a feeling that first cut is the cut that I need to see to fully enjoy this film, you guys. Because there are moments where I felt like Ultron's origin just felt extremely rushed. Also, I feel like as a whole, it is pretty much basically the same film as the first film. Now, it is also easy to compare this film to other films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I will say this. Age of Ultron, in my humble opinion, it's not one of the better Marvel films. I still prefer the first Avengers over this, and Guardians of the Galaxy, and Winter Soldier, but I still had a heck of a lot of fun time while watching this movie, guys. So as a score goes, and I honestly don't think a score really matters for this, because you're going to see this movie no matter what. I could give this movie a 0, and you would still go see this movie. But as a score goes, I'm going to give Avengers Age of Ultron a 4 out of 5. So you guys, have you seen Avengers Age of Ultron? Of course you have. But how many times have you seen it? And what did you think of it overall? Make sure to leave those thoughts in that comment section below. And until next time, you guys, I'm the Slash Reviewer, and you guys have just been slashed.